when I got hit by it by accident, it was when I was asked, have I ever actually let someone love me? And it made me just go, yeah, of course I have. But I hadn't in a long time. And then I asked myself, how long had it been since I let someone actually love me, like actually into my heart? And it had been 15 years at that point. And I realized that I had come up with all these strategies, dated unavailable people, done all these things to not recognize that I was myself avoidant, right? To not realize that my relational choices, my patterns in relationship were really because I was afraid of closeness. And we might be afraid of closeness and not recognize it just by having such high walls. As soon as someone, like I'll give you a perfect example of avoidance in action. After my engagement ended when I was 27, at about 28, I started dating again. And I met this really incredible woman, and we were hanging out, and I remember her turning around on her couch and saying to me, I'm really starting to like you. And at this point, I had said to everybody that I was in relationship with, like, hey, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. I'm just looking to have fun and date, which is usually a qualifier for like, I want to limit the depth of intimacy that I'm going to get into, right? Like it's really fascinating how in that language is, I'm afraid of closeness because I've experienced some wounding from closeness, which means we might need time. It can be very valid. We might need time to recover, to heal, to learn, right? But we're still dating, right? So we're like not healed, but dating and not ready for anything, but wanting closeness. So we want intimacy, but we're controlling the depth of it just with the conversation that we're having before it even occurs. So she turns around, she says to me, I'm really starting to like you. And I was like, whoa. And I remember my stomach just going like, oh God, like that's too much for me. And I ended up totally pushing her away and not wanting to be close to her at all after she said that, because in a lot of ways it felt like I might be responsible for her feelings, which I was not. She was an adult. But it's really interesting how that works, hey?